Yo, what's goody, traders? Let's go over today's trading day, okay? So today was a different day. Today was a day where I was locked. All right, so let's go to 4 hour, okay? So, actually, let's go to 1 hour. Okay? Under 1 hour, right? We were here. This is imagine this right here, but it's not yet fully formed, okay? My analysis was that, okay, we are bullish today. 1 hour structure, we are bullish, all right? And what I thought price was going to do was like, okay, you know what? Price is going to go attack these equal lows right here, okay? Price wants to attack this buy side high, okay? And it's a daily buy side. This one right here that hasn't been touched yet. But look at how close price got to it, okay? And it did not reach it yet, all right? And this is kind of like almost accumulating liquidity here, okay? Almost like equal lows or equal highs in a sense, all right? And there's equal lows down here, okay? And as we can see, price is going on retracement. And we're eating the 9:30 a.m. And what 9:30 a.m. always loves to do is either chop, attack liquidity, and then reverse, or a continuation of what the move is, okay? And so here in the setup, we were retracing, and I thought, okay, you know what the 9:30 opening was going to do? It's going to attack liquidity and then reverse. And where is it going to attack liquidity? It's going to attack this sell side, these equal lows right here, drop down to this big old, ignore this 15-minute BISI enable right here, okay? Drop down to this 1 hour fair value gap and likely reverse at where the old new week opening gap. Because to me, the old new week opening gap, 15-minute BISIs are some of the most, and new day opening gaps are some of the most powerful confluences of support and resistance for what I've seen, all right? So let's drop down. Okay, so as you can see here, right, let me put away my gum just so I can lock in, you know what I'm saying? So what I can see here, okay, price dropped down at 9:30 exactly, took out the equal lows. You can see these equal lows here. Let me move it out. See that? Look at it. Exactly perfect equal lows. And you know, price doesn't like equal lows. So it went down, took it, okay? And this big candle came, this big bullish candle came. If this second candle when I was watching was going to be a bullish candle and the body of this bullish candle was above this previous high, then I would have immediately gone in for a long. But as I waited though, it turned into a doji, and it did not break higher above this high, at least with the body of the candle. So okay, you know what? We're still going down, and then boom, 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 boom. Price just went down, Hadouken down. Okay, Hadouken down. But let me show you. Also, I forgot about this completely. But before the 9:30 opened, I went down to the 15-minute time frame. Okay, because I wanted to refine this big 1 hour BISI. Okay. Because 1 hour BISIs, I don't really like trust or have much or seen much respect of it. But the 15-minute though, when you refine it, I have seen respect. And what I found was that there is a big clear 15-minute BISI right here within the old new week opening gap. So I was like, all right, you know what? This is the refined 1 hour fair value gap. This is the 15-minute BISI, okay, which is within perfectly the old new week opening gap. So I was like, all right, I'm confident that here at this area is going to be reversal because there's strong resistance. So price took liquidity. It went down, just boom, 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 boom. Gave me no chance to enter. And I was like, okay, you know what? Now I'm looking for a reversal, right? And boom, this 5-minute candle comes about. This 5-minute candle comes up right here, okay? And that 5-minute candle got me thinking, all right? I was like, yo, if you look at the 5-minute, okay, imagine these two candles and all these candles are not here, okay? And you see this right here and this movement. You're like, hey, 5-minute though is still bearish. We are still bearish, right? Because, you know, went down. This looks like just a retracement. This one candle right here. It looks like a retracement. But though, I knew that we were reversing though at around this area. So I was contemplating like, hey, do I trust this as a reversal or do I trust that I should wait for one more try down to the lower, at least to the 15-minute BISI? And I looked at the 15-minute, okay, and the 15-minute was this candle right here, all right? And I was like, this is going to be a really tough call, okay? But the thing is, I remind myself that, hey, I'm not trading real money right now, but I'm trading fake demo money. And this is a chance for me to challenge myself, to get out of my comfort zone, and to just experiment with price. And so I did a buy market, okay, right here at this order block. Let me show you the exact trade, like how the trade outline would have looked. It was literally this. And my goal was this buy side liquidity here, okay? A 3.6 goated trade, okay? But the problem is that for some reason, I went in here, okay? My order was waiting, and this candle came about, but it didn't trigger me in. And I was like, damn. And I just watched price just Hadouken up and just rip it to this buy side. And I was like, damn, okay, you know what? At least I got my prediction right. At least I went out of my comfort zone. But kind of sucks though that I didn't get that trade in. But also in a sense, I was like, you know, that is the reality of things. You know, slippage is a real thing. Sometimes slippage is to your advantage and sometimes it's not, you know. So I guess this time it just wasn't in. But low-key though, I think if I was in a real funded account, that would have probably hit in. My demo trading account, bro, the buy and sell, it's been so tweaked, bro. Like, I didn't understand. Like, I try to go enter at one level and it just enters me completely at a humongous level difference, which I don't think is normal slippage or anything, especially for the NASDAQ, which is, you know, known to have low slippage. So, but yeah, though, I did I guess in my mind, if it actually went through, an amazing trade where it was just down here to all the way up here. Unfortunately, though, my demo trade just didn't click me in, and then that is what it is. But at this point, though, it's only like 9:55, bro. We still have like a whole hour left to trade, and an hour has plenty of opportunities, okay? And I was like, you know what? Before, I'll usually be down. I'll be like, damn, bro, I suck, or all this and that. I get FOMO and start doing all this and that. And I wouldn't start paying attention to the charts anymore. I'll kind of just diddle-daddle off, or like, not diddle-daddle, but I'll probably just like kind of zone out, stuff like that. But I was like, today, I was like, you know what? Let me push my limits of patience. Let me push my determination, and let's see what this next hour can bring about. Because an hour is a long time. And so I was waiting for, so then my next challenge was like, okay, let me try to enter it on this retracement. Like this big up move right now, there's going to be a retracement, somewhat of a retracement, okay? And I was planning on enter into this fair value gap right here. And my stop would have been down here. This was my legitimate trade. And the next buy stop, which was the next daily, this is a daily high right here, or daily buy side liquidity that I saw was the next clear target. So I was like, you know, if price goes into this fair value gap right here, I will go up there. But the thing is though, is that when I took this trade, when I placed it, this candle right here, it already passed, and it was at this bullish candle right here, and it never went back to me, okay? And I was like, okay, you know what? I didn't get in. Let me move my stop. So I moved it up here, and I put my my stop loss right here, and I put my trade back up all the way to this buy side. And as you can see, your boy in this demo trade got Hadoukened. I got ripped, and I was low-key like pressed about that. I was like, damn, bro, I kind of did not see that coming, but it is what it is. I was actually just proud that I took a trade that I'm not comfortable with and that I usually would not take, and I'm using it with fake money. So this is a simulated loss, which, you know, of course a loss is a loss, but, you know, the main purpose of me taking these trades is to really just break out of my comfort zone, but yeah, break out of my comfort zone and to take trades that I'm not used to taking and to see what happens and to gain trust in maybe these foreign trades, you know, expand my diversity. And so, you know, price went down, went and took the liquidity, took this low, and then went back up and broke a high, okay? And as you can see on the 5-minute time frame, though, you know, when I saw this candle right here, this big wick and small body, I was like, you know what? I've seen that plenty of times before. That is price dying. Likely now, the real retracement is going to come about. And as I was observing this retracement, okay, this 5-minute fair value gap right here, if we are actually bullish, it will not go to it. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, you know what? This 5-minute fair value gap, we're likely not going to go to it though, but we're likely going to go to kind of like the halfway point of this wick, the constant encouragement level right here. And it'll probably go back up, okay? But even though I knew that, your boy just wasn't able to take any trades here. Yeah, I just wasn't connecting the 1 minute structure to the 5 minute. this structure right here was so bewildering to me that I didn't trust it at all, even though I could have maybe gone here and put my stop right down here or something, but I didn't do that because I just wasn't correlating the 1 minute structure with the 5 minute and trusting it. So I was just watching this and I saw price just zoomy up, okay? And it broke a high. It broke the 5 minute high right here. I'm like, okay, bet. We are back to being bullish. And I was like, you know what? Anytime there's a big leg up, there's always going to be a chance when the retracement comes. And at this point, let me get this out. At this point, price has already done its main big move. And when I've observed these type of days or like these runs, usually once price has done its big move and it's reached its buy side target, one of its buy side targets, and does its first retracement, it will usually start to do more, like legs like this. Like it will start moving like this more instead of like up, retrace, up, retrace, up, retrace. Like it will offer a lot of retracements. Okay, so I felt that, okay, this 1 minute up right here, this 1 minute run right here, likely it's gonna have a retracement very soon. Okay, but where would I enter in this like retracement? The only place I saw was this fair value gap that I trusted. This 1 minute fair value gap right here. Was there a 5 minute fair value gap? There was a bigger 5 minute fair value gap right here. Okay, but when I went down to the 1 minute, I refined it to this 1 minute fair value gap, and I trusted that. And actually, I had a trade here, a fake trade, where it was an entry on there, and my low was at this order block right here, and this was my entry. Okay, and again, the buy side was my target right here. And as you can see, price retraced, went exactly to that, that fair value gap, and reversed up and created a higher high. But at this point, though, after I was watching this, I was getting really concerned right here at this chop. All that chop right here, okay? And when I went to the 15 minute, and that in this 15 minute close right here, I forgot which 15 minute, was it this one or this one? Regardless, within this area, okay, I saw a 15 minute candle close, and I was like, no bueno. Now actually, instead of this retracement going to be the 5 minute retracement, this is now a higher time frame retracement is happening. The 15 minute is retracing now, okay? And so I immediately got out at this candle right here. That is exactly the candle I got out. I watched it form till the very end, and when I was like, if this isn't a bullish candle, I'm out. And it was a bearish engulfing, and that right there confirmed to me that this is a higher time retracement going on. I got out. And so that was, I guess, successful trade in a sense, because yeah. And then from there, as you can see, the 15 minute, it retraced down to this 15 minute order block, and now it's going back up on its journey to, which I believe ultimately will be the end of the day's goal for the afternoon session, this buy side liquidity. Yeah, but price though is looking a little bit mad chopped, but I don't worry about that because I don't trade that. So yeah, this is today's overall trading session. I was very focused today. I was, sitting down at the market, watching every candle, really talking out loud to myself about what is going on, what I'm thinking about. And I think one of my biggest accomplishments that I'm very proud about today was how well I was able to predict the market and, trust my analysis on what was happening. And realizing, like, bro, I refined today like almost 3 or 2 higher time frame fair value gaps, and yeah, that technique really is powerful from what I've seen and how I use it and when I see the use for it. I usually always try to refine like the higher time frame fair value gaps to lower time frames, at least to the 15 minute and whatever lower time frames that is applicable to. So it's a really powerful technique, and I got to see its value today. And again, I got to see just how powerful or how drawn to the market is to liquidity. And in a sense, another thing I'm very proud about today is taking on trades that I'm not comfortable with or that I'm not used to taking. And I really got to see the fruits of my efforts today, which I'm very proud about. And I'm glad that today, there's so many things today that I just did that I felt like I should be doing every day, being intently focused on the market, never giving up, trying to being patient, understanding the markets, refining, I guess, the fair value gaps, looking at how, prices reacting to liquidity levels and all that. So I'm feeling my confidence being built up today, and I want to keep on going. I want to keep on you know, getting these trades, or I want to keep on, you know, predicting price. I want to keep on, you know, upholding my standards of integrity and, you know, being patient and, you know, just my understanding of the market to help me trade better and to get these profitable trades. Trading is a slow game. It's take time. You know, some people succeed and whatnot. But me personally, I don't think I'm like that. It's very clear and obvious because I've been trading almost for 4 years now, and I haven't broken through yet. But, you know, 1% every day, that's gonna take me a long way. Coming from the book, the one and only Atomic Habits I'm reading. So yeah, hopefully I can keep on improving. Keep on, you know, I really feel like now I'm starting to get the hang of it, or some kind of breakthroughs happening. So hopefully I can keep on going it. And when I see that I'm consistently, you know, getting it, you know, doing good every single day, at least for like a week or two, then I'm likely going to go for another funded account challenge and see where that takes me. But yeah, boys, this is it for today. Appreciate y'all being here. If you do enjoy this video, please hit the subscribe button. Please join me on my journey. I want to keep on showing, you know, my realizations, the reality of being a trader, the everyday trader. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Hope you guys have a great day.